question of your finding hundreds of thousands of fake accounts set up by Vladimir Putin and the Russian Internet Research Agency, I think they called it, which was the propaganda arm in 2016, and I suppose to this day. Some have been suggesting on the other side of the aisle that it's illegitimate for the FBI or any representative of the federal government, presumably even Donald Trump, who did a lot of this, to contact private media entities in order to apprise them of anything, whether it might be the penetration of organized crime or child pornography or foreign malign influence. And I'm just wondering if you would give us a sense of how much work is actually being done, and I was going to check with you and Mr. Baker about that. How much work does Twitter and other social media entities do that relies on the FBI and other national security agencies?
Thank you for the question. There is a considerable amount of work to address foreign disinformation at Twitter and also at other companies. And this work was reliant in part on intelligence shared with companies by law enforcement and by the intelligence community. I would regard that work as essential. At Twitter, we had dozens of people working just on these questions of election interference. Those teams no longer exist under Mr. Musk.
And Mr. Baker, if you could.
Thank you, sir. Just generally, I mean, it's a matter of public record that the FBI has worked with the public, including private entities, for decades. Indeed, they've had for some number of years now an office of, I think it's called Office of Public Sector Engagement. This is part of what they do in order to fulfill their responsibilities and to do their jobs to protect the country.
Thank you. Yield back.
Chair recognizes Mr. Armstrong for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Roth. I'm going to continue down that line of questioning. So you testified, you were just talking about working very hard to keep foreign